Can you communicate this information? Can you communicate what makes you unique to your coworkers if you have a business? To these potential recruiters, to people that you actually get in front of, even in a networking environment, even in the environment that I was in with Mary yesterday. It's a great networking thing here called Network Jacks. There's three of them: Orange Park, St. Augustine, Jacksonville. One of the largest in town, frankly. They do a very good job of making you go up and talk to people. It's a very difficult skill. Carlos and I have found this when he's run the Pink Slip parties, and people have come out. We watch them, and if you've never been to one, the job seekers have on red and the companies have on blue, and you're supposed to go match the opposite color and say, hi, here I am. And these people, it's painful. It's absolutely shocking to me how poor the skills are to just say hi. No, I hand somebody a resume. Hello. Have a conversation. Who are you? Can you give me an elevator speech? Can you give me 30 seconds about yourself that makes me want to talk to you? Okay? Write that. Go home and write one. Practice it. Because when you get somebody on the phone, it's also what you type in the email. It's the same 30 seconds. Tell me what I want to know. I want to know who you are. I want to know why you're interested. I want to know what you're bringing to the job that's different. And I want to know that if I don't talk to you, I'm going to miss out on something. I want to take the time to have a conversation with you, but I don't have that much time in my day. We had an opportunity that I just filled for an account executive, an entry-level account executive. I mean, I got hundreds of resumes. Put this way, I got hundreds of resumes. I had 30 or so conversations on the phone. Somebody guess how many people I actually brought in and had an interview?
2.
4. 4. Okay? Of those 2 of them got to go upstairs and meet with the guy above me, the director of sales, which just means they got to the finals. Out of, I'm going to guess, 300 or so resumes that had a shot, another 200 that didn't have a shot by any stretch, because it was just kind of, I'm an oil worker and I'd like to work in TV. Yeah, you got to give me a little more than that, okay? I got to have something to work with. I never sold anything, and I'm kind of afraid of people, but I think I'd like to try it. Of those 300 that really made sense, I had probably 10% I had conversations with, and probably another 4 or 5, 10% of those actually saw. And that's just one job for one little old me. Think what's going on all over town, okay? That's why this is critical. It's the one true advantage you have over your competition. It's the only thing you really have over your competition if your skill sets are similar. If you got 3 people that have all been in the business 10 years and all pretty much worked for AIG or 2 other insurance companies, and they're huge and they've got some investment background, and one's an MBA and one's working on MBA, and how do I differentiate you? How do I know what's up? Okay? So if you get in that game, it's a tiebreaker. If you don't get in the game, you may get in the game anyway because you're just so cool, they want to talk to you. But you got to let them know. You got to get off here's the jobs I've had, and tell them what your skills are. You've got to get very deep into who you have become. But wait, as in TV, we always have a but wait, there's more. It's not going to be $19.99, and you're not going to get a free ice crusher with it as well. I gave my sales staff, because they survived last year, was so bad, I gave them a PhD. I gave them a framed document of a university that I made up, and gave them a doctorate in economic survival for making it through last year. I wanted a tangible record of the fact that they lived through this and survived it. That they were more equipped, more ready to go forward, and were absolutely honed and ready to bear arms in 2010. We had some, my wife and I came up with the different people who were running this particular university. We had Joshua Tree, Mac Daddy. We had, my favorite was, I was Miss Anita Valium. Anita Valium was the graduate division president. This was important because it gives them a tangible reference to what they went through. They made it through. So what does survive really mean? Well, we run a show every week or when it's in season called Survivor. That's really what last year was about. It was the regular human version of our television show. Outlive, overcome, live longer than the onset of peril. Basically, what you did last year is you survived. You made it. It's that test we talked about. You survived economically, spiritually, emotionally. Because those torrents were so bad, some people suffered physically. If you were out of a job, it took a physical toll. If you had to close your business, you probably had heart pains. If you had to lay off 25 workers right before Christmas because you couldn't make payroll, I'm sure it gave you a headache. There were physical things that you had to overcome during 2009. So what's next? As this thing spins in slowly. Well, congratulations on the fact that you made it. As we talked about, your resourcefulness, your resiliency, the desire to succeed has never been better. Your skills have never been more honed to win. So what do you do when you've done this now? You've survived. You've earned your own version of a PhD. And what is a PhD? When you go get a degree here at the university or somewhere else, you write somebody a check and you get information and knowledge and you're better. Well, last year you wrote them a check. You just didn't know it. You just didn't make as much. My guys made a lot less, but they bought into an education. They got 12 to 13, 14 years worth of problems in 12 months. They got the opportunity to see and overcome more things than most people have seen in their entire career. So why are they not ready to go forth and do the things that we actually did? I thought I was on the Thrive slide. I want you to ask yourselves the same questions that we asked our clients last year. It'll apply to you as well. Can you visualize what your business, just take out the word business, job life, work life, home life, what you want to be when you grow up? Can you visualize what that will look like in a year? It's March 2010. What are you going to be in March 2011? What are you going to look like? What do you want to be? And now that you know something about yourself and what you want to be, what's your plan to get there? How can you get from here to there? How can you use all the technology and all the things that are available to you to become different, to find a way to actually get what you actually want out of life? You have to visualize it to begin with. The first thing you must do is, I heard the word said earlier, you got to see it. You've got to say, this is what I think I can be, this is what I want to be, and don't look for a job. You may have to have a job to get to your next level, just for the sake of that's the way the world works. Got to have the money, okay? But don't look for a job. Look for a vocation. Look for an opportunity, as we're going to tap into in a second, that drives you, something that you're passionate about. Recognize where you are right now and where you want to go, and that will help you draw that green line we talked about. You got to know where you are. You can't just start drawing lines. There were three. Somebody said, it was a great analogy the other day. Somebody said, if you wanted to drive to Atlanta, there's three ways you could do it. You could jump in your car and say, okay, it's north. I'll just keep going until I bump into it. Or you could stop and ask somebody and say, hey, I'm trying to get to Atlanta. You got any suggestions? And they might give you some tips, and you probably get 3 different directions from 3 different people. Or you could buy a map. The map would show you the exact distance, how far you need to go, where you need to turn, and what will get you from here to there in the most efficient manner possible. This is the map. This is your green line. This is what you have to figure out in terms of where you are. Now, if you've done all these things, it's new word time, it is time for you to thrive. The word for this year is thrive. The word for last year was survive. The word for this year is thrive. Thrive is a fantastic word. It really means a number of things. Growing in wealth and success, boom, grow vigorously, my favorite. To prosper, flourish, or grow luxuriantly. I want to grow luxuriantly. I don't want to grow. Grow luxuriantly. I'm going to go from an Acura to a Lamborghini. I'm going to have the second house in Denver. I'm going to put my children through college and not have to sweat about it. That would be luxuriant to me right now. I got a 13-year-old daughter. I'm 4 years from college, and she's got about 47 cents in her college account, okay? I want to grow luxuriantly. That can mean whatever it is to you. That may mean to you, as it has meant to me since basically October of last year, growing luxuriant to me is having my website up. I will be luxuriant when my website is up and running, and hopefully it'll be, Mary started twice, hopefully it'll be ready this week. It means whatever you want it to mean to you. There's a caveat here, though. Hope, although it's a great verb and it sounds tremendous, is not a strategy. If you're waiting for things to change, you're hoping they're going to get better, you're pretty much confirming that they're going to get worse. You must do something different. You must have a plan. You must visualize where you want to go, and you must enact it. It's not, I've done it, I've been on LinkedIn, I've posted my resume, just waiting for the job offers to come. No, that's really not going to work. It's not going to happen.